Why the judge would order Brenay to pay $40,000 by May 1st? Yes, honey, you can't play with the court system.
Hey, hold up, hold up, hold up. If you rock with the truth, say her name. If you rock with the truth, say her name. When she step in the spot, everybody say. When she step in the spot, everybody say. Latte, what? Latte, what? Latte, what? Hands up if you ready for the real. Latte, what? Latte, hands up if you ready for the real.
Ooh, so Brenay gotta pay $40K by when? May 1st. May 1st, baby. Brenay, girl, you about to lose your air fryer and everything else. You thought these people was playing with you? Tay told you that they wasn't playing with you, but listen, let's get into this content because you know Tay got her opinion. Anything that I say is fair use, baby, and definitely within YouTube guidelines. Let's go.
Now, you don't went over there and was best friends with Akira just to turn around and take her husband. Mind you, from my understanding, her husband, okay, there's Brenay that used to be married to Devin, right? And Akira was married to Tim. Brenay and Akira were best friends. Catching all y'all up, don't know what's going on. They were best friends and, you know, did couples things and whatnot. Well, Brenay and Tim, way back in their teenage years, used to date, right? Well, next thing you know, a few years ago, they started cheating and messing with each other, okay? Well, then Brenay, she's a big TikTok creator. She was the one that had the long curved nails. They're real chunky. She's got the real big bazookas. Yeah, that girl. Yeah, she's been going through a lawsuit from Akira for alienation of affection, okay? Because she took that woman's husband. Now, Tim don't work, ain't worth a damn, in my opinion. And if it was my family, my daughter, baby, I'm going for Tim Nick. Since you had a part in this, you need to pay half. Because the big lawsuit was over $1 million that she's ordered to pay. But she tried to act like she ain't got the money. Whoop-de-whoop. Well, honey, they discovered from November to December she spent $40,000. Mind you, this court case been going on almost a year. And she even said blatantly on this app that she would never pay that girl her money. Baby, you don't know how the court system work. Play with him you want to. Honey, Attorney Robinson had her back. Let me tell you, they pulled all her financial documents, yada yada yada, and she tried to play with them folks. She had a phone call. Anyway, she even had Tim down as a dadgum dependent. The judge was like, how you got a grown man as a dependent list? Anyway, so yeah, since she went and spent and blew $40K, she got to pay that by May 1st. You see, that's what happens. Karma, you can do people wrong, but karma gonna come back and get you. And the way that she has this mirroring spirit, copying every single thing Akira would do. Akira posts the hairstyle, Brenay go do the hairstyle. Brenay was known for her long curved nails, right? Well, because Akira's nails are short and French maid, she cut hers short. Y'all go scroll, and if you're interested in this tea, look up Brenay and Tim or Brenay and Akira, yada yada yada. It's a big deal. She got paid for going on the Tamron Hall show.
Okay, so for those that don't know and may be new to the show, let Tay explain it to you, okay? Basically, Brenay and Tim was cheating. They was together when they was about 15, right? They both got opposite partners, which was Devin and Akira. Devin is actually Tim's first cousin, and Akira was actually Brenay's good friend. Thought she was her best friend, to say the least. Her kids was out here calling her auntie, but they got caught sneaking and cheating. Sneaking and cheating. They was eating and cheating, actually eating and cheating, and got him caught with their hand in the cookie jar by far, right? So now Akira played the smart part. She went into the court. She pulled up laws that people never even heard before. I've never heard of alien nation of affection, okay? And I damn sure didn't know that you could get 1.75 million for it, okay? Because I think somebody done alienated some affection somewhere within my life before. I got to look into that. But anyway, within the factors of her going into the court system and handling it that way, they hit Brenay with a 1.75 settlement, baby. Basically, that's what she has to pay Akira for her dirty deeds, right? With $2 Timmy, right? So now, outside of the factors of the 1.75 mil, listen, Attorney Robinson, she's the real deal. She said, I ain't playing with Brenay. I ain't playing with Brenay. She's out here making money. And didn't she go on the news and said that that money she will never see? Attorney Robin said, I guarantee she will. Now, right, Brenay had to beg to keep her air fryer and everything else, right? And it came out in the documents that $2 Tim was a dependent, is a dependent, period, right? So now they say, listen, we want some money. You gonna pay 40K by May 1st, baby, because you think that we playing. So until you decide to pay the whole, you damn sure gonna pay a piece. Let's get back into this content, baby, because whoa-wee, the streets is on fire. We gonna see what's gonna happen between now and May 1st. Sorry for the noise. I'm in my garage, y'all, but hey, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
If I was Brenay daddy, I'd have Tim on the corner selling yams, and I ain't talking about potatoes. Because you gonna help my daughter pay them $40,000. No. So Brenay gotta pay $40,000 by May 1st or the courts will lift her stay. Now people are asking, what is a stay? A stay is the amount that you agree to pay. And if you don't agree to pay, they will lock you up, bro. Now, this has been going on for so long, I'm starting to think Brenay has an immunity to the court system or the jail system because she refusing to follow court orders, bruh, and they are refusing to lock her up. But I think that this time, they just might be serious, man. They saying her debit transactions from November and December in 2025 totaled up to $40,000, so that's what they want. That's what they want. One thing about it, you can't play in these judges' faces, man, okay? This is not a game. This is not a drill. And the funny thing about it is, I don't see Tim's name nowhere on the paperwork. He was involved in a main character, but he is not responsible for paying that money. Like I said, if I was her daddy, oh yeah, yam time. Get your yams ready and you better soak them, boy, for real.
Brenay, I can't believe you out here got to pay 40K by May 1st, baby, because you decided that you wanted to be with $2 Tim. Let's talk about $2 Tim, right? $2 Tim, not for the win, because he ain't got to help you with none of that, friend. The only thing he in the paperwork as being a dependent, so he's dependent of you. Basically, boo. And now you're the reason and he's the reason that you're going to be paying 40K. You thought that this was going to roll over well. You thought that these people was playing with you. Well. No. For sure, they want their money. They said between November and December alone, you spent 40K, girl. They get your bank records. How could you not think that these people was going to not be checking your money? And did you just not care? That's what I'm not understanding over here, because $2 Tim is in the clear. He get to be with you while you pay for him, boo. And he's a dependent of you, so I guess that's what you want to do. But even the judge had to check you like, girl, he is a grown ass, I guess. No, he's not. That's $2 Tim with the hips. And now you paying 40K? Outside of that 1.75 million, baby, because this is the first time, I guess, and I bet, this is the first case where a lot of people have heard about affection, alienation of affection. There we go. Okay, because I've never heard of it before. I'm pretty sure a lot more females would have been in the courtroom for sure if they knew that this is the way that things was going to go. But a lot of people would have popped off irrational. They would have whipped her ass, right, to say the least. But to know that you could take somebody court and get your money, your manyan, you already know it's tea when you see them two fingers touching, baby. Let's get into this content.
It said you had over $40,000 in debits in the month of December alone, and that was after you knew that you lost that $1.75 million lawsuit. Y'all, the judge has clocked Brenay's tea, and Brenay has until May 1st to get that payment in, or she gonna lose that damn air fryer, y'all. The judge said that you're talking about bad publicity, but bad publicity is still publicity. You done went on the Tamron Hall show, you done went on Dr. Phil, and you still are making the same amount of money, if not more, than you were making before this whole trial took place. And on top of that, you still eating out at all these fast food restaurants. He said that she's spending money at fast food restaurants, TJ Maxx, that she has hired a cleaning person, and she's trying to say that she can't afford this. Well, you're going to have to afford this now, because if you don't send that payment in, he gave you 14 days from when he submitted this on yesterday, then you're going to lose that air fryer. And then he also clocked you about naming Tim as your dependent and said that he's a grown-ass man and he was listed as your only dependent on that paperwork. Baby, the end of this month and the beginning of May is finna be really interesting.
Hey, it's YouTube's favorite unicorn, baby. And do Tay-Tay a favor and drop some unicorns down in the comment section if you totally agree that Brenay should be paying this $40K by May 1st, baby. Listen, I'm on the edge of my seat because I want to see if she gonna lose everything on the factors of trying to be funny about something that really wasn't, honey. And they said she might go to jail. They said she might go to jail because if she don't pay this money, then there's going to be some disciplinary action taken. Girl, you better get your hundreds, dollars, and go give them to Attorney Robertson real quick, because sis, how you get yourself into this? Oh, I remember now. You was out here touching on somebody else's husband and he was eating and cheating with you. Boom.
A lot happening with those people over there on their Snapchat. So there's not a whole lot to discuss, but we're going to get into some things that I actually noticed and paid attention to. And no, this is not exactly all that I talk about, but this is something that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. You know, oftentimes there are people that you will realize and find that you just don't mesh with. And it's not based on anything that they've done. It's just their type of personality. And I think with Brenay and Tim, they represent a personality type that I've had contact with in my life and realized that I just don't mesh with them. And I realize that there are certain things that I don't like when it comes to women in relationships, and it makes me cringe. It's like nails on a chalkboard. I know y'all probably ain't even familiar with that sound, but like nails on a chalkboard, it rubs me like that. And basically what it is when I find a woman that has a relationship or is in a relationship with a man that she esteems so highly that she has no self-esteem and no self-identity in the relationship. And when it comes to Tim, I think the reason that it basically, for lack of a better term, pisses me off so much is that she esteems him so highly and he offers absolutely nothing. In other words, he doesn't deserve the pedestal that he's put on. He hasn't earned it. He hasn't earned it. He doesn't have the credentials to basically maintain it. He was given an opportunity in a position that he didn't even have to work for. And because of her lack of self-esteem and also being a little immature, she views it so highly when she hasn't even experienced what a real man is like and how a real man shows up. Now she's talked about 11 things in her life, from wigs to makeup to nails to all the things. Now all of a sudden, here comes fishing. She ain't never said nothing about fishing before. And let's just be honest. Is it really fishing? Is it really? Or are we playing in the water with a fishing pole? I'm not trying to discount that you've determined or figured out something and found something that you can share an interest with, but let's just be realistic here. Can we? Can we be realistic? And I think that the majority of women who come on here and talk about the whole Tim and Brenay saga that has continued on and on until the break of dawn is that we've all come in contact with a Tim in our lives. Am I right? Not necessarily in a relationship. It could have been a good girlfriend's relationship and we saw a Tim show up in her life. Raise your hand. Put a finger down if you've had that experience. And in our friendships and our good girlfriend relationships, we realize that this man is here only to take until she's left with absolutely nothing, including parts of herself. It's not so much that we're in Brenay's corner, and tell me if I'm wrong. It's not so much that we're in her corner, like supporting her. It's really not that at all, because absolutely she has some responsibility in all of this because she allows certain things and she feeds into it. So absolutely, she ain't free of guilt here. That's not what I'm saying. But it's something about that Timothy little man Montague. When you think about cuffing season, you think about that entity or that personality type that shows up waiting to come in from the cold for the winter. Hold up. And ain't bringing nothing but a backpack. Let's just be realistic. This ninja won't even take care of his kids. And because she's lacking mentally, she thinks that if she produces more children, he's going to be on board and take care of them. He's not going to do that because that means that's going to take away from how he's benefiting in the situation, right? And the whole calling him by babe. I mean, are we in high school? For real. I'm not saying that we don't use terms of endearment. I'm not saying that, but he don't even have a name anymore. And all you can offer is a meal that you prepared. Babe wanted something, so I'm cooking. You're doing more than cooking. I'm just saying. I think that's what it is regarding how we're viewing the whole situation. Did she do wrong? Absolutely. Is she free of guilt? Absolutely not. No. But one thing I cannot tolerate, nor can I stand, is a man who is not a man and won't stand up and be a man. Sorry, something's on my face. And won't stand up and be a man. I can't stand a man that does not take accountability. I can't stand a man that does not take responsibility. I cannot stand a man who is not a protector, a provider. I cannot stand a man who is a user. I cannot stand a man who is not upstanding. I cannot stand a man who blames everybody else for their issues. I cannot stand a man who takes no initiative in assuring that his family is provided for. In other words, I cannot stand a man that is represented like.
Well, friends, there you have it. Brenay got to pay $40K. $2 Timmy is too old to be a dependent. She got until May 1st. We're going to have to see how this goes. If you made it this far into the video, then drop a purple heart for your girl, Tay. Because we're going to have to see how this play out, baby. Woo, May 1st ain't that many days away. And I don't think Attorney Robinson is playing, but TikTok is definitely on the case. I'll let y'all hear what a couple of creators had to say. I'll let y'all hear what a couple of creators had to say about the situation about Brenay and $2 Tim friend, because it's crazy and it's sick. Like I said, once upon a time, Akira and Tim was married. Now the person that he's married to, he's watching with the person that he used to be married to. Yeah. Now he's watching the person that he used to be married to with the person that he's married to now. Yeah. It don't make sense. It won't make sense. It shouldn't.
Hey! Hold up. If you rock with the truth, say her name. Hold up. If you rock with the truth, say her name. Latte. When she step in the spot, everybody say. Latte. When she step in the spot, everybody say. Latte. What? Latte. What? Latte. What? Hands up if you ready for the real. What? Latte. What? Latte. Hands up if you ready for the real.
She pop out clean, yeah, the vibe go up. Big energy, walk, don't gotta do much. Truth in her voice, she say what it be. No sugarcoat talk, just honesty. Color in her style, confidence loud. Unicorn vibes, but she stand out proud. She don't chase rumors, she clear that fog. If it ain't the truth, she won't co-sign y'all.
If you rock with the truth, say her name. Truth telling energy on display. If you rock with the truth, say her name. Welcome to the world where the facts stay. Levitate.
Hold up,
Yeah.
hold up, hold up.
Truth teller.
Hold up, hold up.
Unicorn energy.